I am hanging out with a singer, songwriter, and an amazingly fabulous human being. His name is Keke Makhetha.
I can't do no small talk, no small talk. I'm not with the small talk. Can't be with the small talk.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you, ma'am?
I'm fantastic, thank you. I noticed the ring, first of all.
Yeah.
That has like a lion.
Yes.
Any significant meaning behind that?
Well, Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I'm a Christian.
Yes.
Yes. So that is my belief that wherever I go,
Yeah.
Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Okay.
is
Which is
beside me.
interesting, because when I saw your name at first, I thought you're a gospel singer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of Keke.
Yeah, it's always like that. I always find people thinking that, no, this is a gospel artist because of the name. Yeah, because of the name. But I did gospel.
Yeah.
Yes, that's...
So you do have gospel songs.
I do have gospel songs.
Yeah.
Yes, but I only have one on what you call it, online.
Yeah.
Yes, but I did gospel. When I started in the music industry officially, I started by doing gospel.
Mm.
Yes, then after years of started in 2018, then 2020, that is where I went to secular music, which is Afro House, Afro Tech.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, tell me, how did you get into the music industry?
Well, I'm from a musical family.
Yeah.
Yes. On my father's side, my grandfather
Yes.
used to have a band. It used to be called Happy Lenders.
Happy Lenders.
Happy Lenders.
Okay.
Yes, and my father would actually expose me to that band. He was part of the band.
Mm.
He would take me to the rehearsals, and I would actually enjoy what they were doing at that time. And, you know, little did I know that I would actually be doing music professionally.
Really?
Yes.
And then, like, from what age did you be like, okay, this is gonna be my career right now?
I started focusing on music more after high school.
Okay.
Yes, as much as I was doing music at school, like I was part of the school choir.
Mm.
But after high school, I just decided, you know what, let me focus on my passion, because I have a passion in music. So I decided, let me focus on my passion after high school. And I went for auditions like Joyous Celebration, Spirit of Praise.
Look at you.
And after that, after Spirit of Praise, it was I was part of a gospel choir in Port Elizabeth, because I stayed in Port Elizabeth for quite some time.
Okay.
So I saw that, no, there's an opportunity as well in the music side of in Port Elizabeth. I was part of a gospel choir called Essence of Eastern Cape.
Okay.
Yes, and it was headed by Mr. Thabo Namba.
Okay.
Yeah, who's the nominee of the Crown Gospel Awards. That was like between 2015 and 2016.
Okay.
Yes, I was part of that group. Then in between 2015 and 2016, while I was in PE, I heard about the auditions of Clash of the Choirs.
Oh, I was about to ask, how did that come about?
Yes.
And then you went to auditions, and then boom.
I went for the auditions in East London.
Okay.
At the Miriam Makeba Audiovisual Centre. And I was chosen to be part of the Eastern Cape, representing Eastern Cape with Timbusi.
Mm.
And we came to Johannesburg and we showcased our talents. We were at the top 4.
Damn it.
We were at the top
How many
4.
weeks were you part of the competition?
The competition, I think it was 3 weeks. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm.
Yes, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, and we were eliminated. We had to go back home.
But it takes a lot of guts to actually be on television and share your talent. I know, like, everybody feels the pressure. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in radio for quite some time, but
Yeah.
every single time when I do one show, I feel the pressure before I go
It's
on.
like
And
it's...
I was nervous when I came here, every single time. But now having to open that up to people to be able to criticize you as well, how was it like for you? And also, like, to You know, when you are around other people who are competing with you as well, you sometimes be like, hey, am I good enough?
It was a bit of a challenge because remember, we are different provinces, different characters.
Yes.
And even in our group, remember when the team is formed we are actually formed during the auditions. We don't know each other. We just know that we are vocalists and we just love music. We don't know each other's characters. When actually you are triggered in a certain situation, you don't know how to react. Some they will be acting negatively towards that. Maybe you come with an idea. Because now remember, it's a competition. You are given a song. Okay, in this song, you have to put your creativity as a team. So there will be those challenges. There will be those situations whereby you are actually triggered to come out and be like, and give those words, and you have to retreat. But remember, this is a competition. It's not about you. It's about the team. So it was a bit of a challenge because it's a competition and the winners are going to get 1 million.
But you have to share the million.
The million rand you have to, as a choir. And there's another portion that goes to a charity that you have chosen as a team. So it was a very hectic competition, and you have to prove yourself that you're actually capable of doing that. Fortunately, I had an opportunity to lead a part of the song.
Yeah.
And obviously it's going to be broadcasted nationally or around Africa. So it was an opportunity for me to showcase what I'm capable of as Keke Makhetha, and I'm grateful for that as well.
So what would you say are the highlights of the whole journey of you being in that competition?
In the competition. Well, number one, to be exposed to the industry. Yeah. Especially in the television, the production. What is happening behind the scenes when you are actually making television. Because what we see on TV is not really what is happening behind the scenes.
Yes, there's a lot.
Yes. And number two, to be exposed to different people that are working in the music industry, artists. Because in that season, the last season, which is season 3, the season 4 that is happening at the moment, my team, my choir master was Busi. I was actually exposed to work with her. JR.
Music genius.
I'm telling the producer.
Yes.
Lawrence, he was actually the presenter of the show.
Maleka.
Lawrence Maleka. He was the presenter of the show with Busi where the Gom star.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and other like the late Ngwane, Sfiso Ngwane. He was, yes. And I was exposed to those people. We actually saw how they work, and actually I took that with me. And I am here because of what I've learned.
That's interesting. Speaking of the highlights of your career, I mean, you've won awards.
Yes, I didn't really win.
You got nominated.
I got nominated.
Twice?
Not twice, once.
Okay, tell me about that.
Okay, I was nominated as a best collaboration on Ingoma.
Okay.
Yes, that was in 2019.
Yeah.
Yes, with Mteto Mbata. He actually produced the track Ugusaguyeza Mteto Mbata.
Okay.
And I was nominated, and well, being nominated in such a platform as Ingoma, it is actually showing that your work is being recognized. Yeah, I understand. Yes, it is actually showing that your work is being recognized. There are people out there who are seeing what you're doing. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, even with me, do you feel like, I know people always say, but it's your job. Like, people in the corporate space don't get awards. So we just go there to work, of course, because we're getting paid.
Yeah.
So as a musician, also, it's your job for you to sing. But do you feel like getting a pat in your back, like, boost your confidence?
It does, big time. It does, because the music industry is very tough. There's the music industry, there are sharks around us. And when you are actually getting a nominee or being recognized in such platforms, it is actually encouraging you to continue. It is actually encouraging the artist to continue. It actually says that you are on the right track.
True, because people always say, okay, rata attention, man, just sit down, that's your job, that's your talent.
Yeah.
But let's speak about your EP, Crossing Over. Who did you work with? How did that come about? I know it's been a while since you released it, but tell me more about the reception.
Yeah, Crossing Over, I released it in 2021. 2020, 2021. That is actually my first secular project.
Solo.
Solo. I worked with Mluves, which is the originator of the beats of the whole EP. Mluves, and I worked with Linda Nkosi and Dustin Nkosi. And it was really a beautiful journey for me, being exposed in that space of secular music. Remember, I come from gospel.
Yes.
I come from gospel, and now Keke is doing Afro tech or Afro House music. And for me, it was very natural. I don't want to be honest with you. It came very naturally, even if there were people around or behind that were actually saying, Keke, do this here, do this there. It actually came naturally. I believe that's the gift that God gave me. Yes, and I don't struggle when it comes to this. When I go into the studio, I am very grateful when there is a person who is actually helping me. That okay, in this part, let's do this way. In this part, okay, do your vocals like this. It's a beautiful journey.
Have you ever been in a position where, like, you write a verse since you're a songwriter, and they're like, this is crap. This is a mess.
Many a times I would write a song and be like, no.
Are you the one criticizing the whole thing?
I criticize myself too much.
But then have you been in a situation where you feel like, this is amazing, I dropped some bars.
And
then you get in studio and then the producer's like...
Yes, there are those times. I remember when I was there's a track called Ayafezeka on my current EP, Hello, Ayafezeka. And the guy that we were working with at that time, he was like, no, Keke, don't do the whole song in English. Don't do the right. He's an artist, and I'm grateful to God for that. I am a teachable person.
Oh, okay.
I'm a very receptive.
Okay.
Especially if it's something that is going to build me.
Okay.
This artist said, no, Keke, you don't have to do the whole song in English, because I wrote the whole song in English. And so, no, you don't have to do the whole song in English. You can actually do the first verse in Zulu. And what he did is we actually translated, because the first verse was in Zulu, and the second verse in English.
Yeah.
We translated that first verse in Zulu. So we actually translated it. So, and it came out very beautifully. If you can actually go and check it online and listen to it, it came out very beautifully.
Interestingly, you talking about that. I think it's sometime last year, if not last year.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview of the late AKA.
Yes.
And he was talking about how he was working with Anati and Banali collaborative album.
Yes.
And he's like, there are a couple of songs when they were writing songs, and he was like, okay, this is your turn to, like, rap and whatever, or sing. And Anati just couldn't sing in Xhosa. And he was like, I was so heartful. I was like, you know what? I called our younger chief. I was like, can you please activate the Xhosa-ness in this person? So I know most of us, because of South Africa has like 11 languages. Yes. Sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable. Sometimes you're not used to it. Sometimes you just like, I started singing in English and it's very hard to go back to my mother tongue. How difficult is it for you to just use multiple languages in your craft?
Well, with me, especially when I started doing music officially, like recording.
Yeah.
I'm very around people who are Zulu for some reasons.
Really?
Yes. Well, my music executive, he is Zulu.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Alfred Mbelu. So, and my first producer, Mr. Mteto Mbata, he's Zulu. and the people that I'm working with at the moment, they are Zulus. And it's interesting that, well, when it comes to languages, I love languages. It's just that I still need to learn other languages. So when it comes to maybe doing a track or a song, in terms of changing languages, it depends on the beat for me.
Oh.
It depends on the beat, how it is produced.
Okay, if it's a mellow beat,
Yes.
then we go romantic.
We go romantic, or we, for example, there's a track on my current EP. It's called Hello.
Yeah.
If you can listen to the production, it's very Western. So I am influenced by the production as well, by the music production as well. So it's not really difficult for me. It's sometimes difficult, but maybe it's because I'm doing it under pressure. But once I settle down and be like, let me listen to this beat again, I take my time and be like, okay, there are those African elements in it. Let me put something that is African there.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of working with different producers and from different genres, who else would you like to work with in the music industry?
That's a good question. Thank you for that.
Which one producer you like, I am dying
to
actually work with this person?
Black Coffee is one of them. That's number one.
I was going to be mad at you if you don't mention him. Okay.
Black Coffee.
Yeah.
Then there is Sunel.
Sunel musician.
Sunel musician.
Let me tell you something. I had a dream.
Is it?
I thought I was a DJ. Then I messed up my life mix. And Sunel musician was helping me. Okay, cool. Which one?
Yes,
Who else?
it's Black Coffee, Sunel. There is Tuxin.
Oh, okay.
I've been listening to his music, but when we at the festival, the Kunya festival, I was like, this is the kind of people that I want to work with, because it is good to be a producer, be like to do your music behind the scenes, but who are you on stage?
Oh, yeah.
You understand? It's very beautiful to see producers on stage doing their thing, because as an artist, you want that as well. You don't just want person who is going to be behind the scenes, and after that, the music just dies.
Okay, speaking of that, stage presence and everything, and presenting your authenticity on stage, with you, do you have songs that when you're recording, you're more comfortable, you're sitting down or wherever, maybe you're standing, I don't know. But then when you go to stage, it's kind of like difficult or challenging to perform those songs. Do you have those kind of songs?
Yes, I do. Especially when it comes to tracks that are a bit low beat. Because when I'm on stage, I want to be active. I want to be active. But I've learned that you don't always have to be active on stage. There are those moments that you just have to relax. And there are those moments where the audience wants to actually take in and look at you. What is Keke presenting to us? Yes, we have danced. Yes, we have enjoyed your music, but we want that moment where we just relax and take in what you are
the
giving,
message behind the music as well. There's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's a lot. The digital space is just taking over. Yeah. How has it helped you in terms of your music career?
It has helped me very much. There are people out there, I've been checking like online, specifically on YouTube. There are people who are actually, our music is reaching them, like places like Malawi. I saw a person who was, a few weeks ago, was commenting like, beautiful song from Malawi. And I was like, wow, I've never been to Malawi, and the song
this is perfect actually. The music is traveling for me.
Exactly. So that is the power of media. is actually helping artists out there. You've never been to Malawi and the song is already out there. Somebody is listening to it.
Do you any plans to tour in Africa?
Yes, I actually would like to take my music to the next level, travel the continent.
I mean, you want to work with Black Coffee?
I mean, Europe, those are the places that I would really love to go to.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Do you write about your personal life, or you write about people's personal lives? Maybe you're one of those friends, you listen to Masego's problems in relationships and then you're like, girl,
I actually do both.
you for the streets.
I'm actually doing both. I write about my life and I write
so
about...
I can't trust you.
Well...
What's my life? I can't tell you other stuff because
obviously I won't mention you on the song.
But I know that it's me. Yeah.
Yes, it's you'll know.
Yes.
Personally, you will know that it is
okay,
you.
But you're not gonna reveal
who's the
even
person
in
actually going
interviews.
through that. Yes, I can't. I mean, it's confidential.
Have you had one of your closest friends or your exes be like, dude, why? Why
Not
did you write
yet.
about me?
Not yet.
What would you do if something like that happens?
Well,
if I'm just like, okay, you're writing about me. Let's say I told you about my
Yes.
ex-boyfriend who was a psycho and following me, whatever.
Sure,
I haven't been in that relationship. And I listened to your song maybe on iTunes or whatever, and I'm like,
No,
Keke,
man.
this
is my life
sounds like
story.
me. If I were to stop that and be like, dude, I'm gonna sue you.
Sure.
What do you do?
Uh,
Or do you sometimes just go do you go back to say, hey, please don't feel awkward, but I wrote about you, so I didn't mean any harm. In case don't take it somehow.
Yes, I think in that case, it's very important or vital to go to that person first and be like, I wrote something that is similar to your story. Similar to your story. You must be very intelligent when you deal with these things. Similar to your story. Please, when you hear it somewhere or somehow, don't be offended. It's just a story that is similar to yours.
Look at you, Robin Thicke. Okay, cool. Tell me more about your upcoming projects.
All right. Currently, there is Hello featuring Mluves.
Yeah.
It's available on all digital platforms. Yes, that is what we are pushing at the moment. And there is a single that is upcoming that is called Enchanted. Enchanted. Yes. I worked with Mluves as well. It's not yet out. It's coming. And people must be actually expectant of the next project.
Okay, Black Coffee will be in South Africa by tomorrow. So we have to start working on that. Yeah.
No, it should happen. I've been saying I want to work with Black Coffee since when? 2021. Yes, I've been saying I would like to work with Black Coffee, Sun L, DJ Maporisa, Kapsa the Small.
Yes.
Those are the people that I would really love to work with. And if you find yourself watching the podcast, please, Keke Makhetha, check him online. And let's work.
Keke Makhetha, thank you so much for joining me. This was fantastic. It felt like I'm catching up with a friend. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
And when you collaborate with Black Coffee and other amazing producers, probably David Guetta, whoever, come back and tell me about all your successes.
Definitely.
Fantastic. And that was it. Cash me on the flip side. You...
This is 5